The top line is going to be what we're looking for our photos here today.
All right, here we are in Roanoke, Virginia, GoCross 2025 at Fallon Park for the 7:45 a.m. races with the juniors 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 boys and girls. Unfortunately, there was not any other 9 and 10-year-olds this year. Hard to believe, but there was a stack full field of the 11 and 12. So we asked the official if Nino could at least race with them. He granted permission, and Nino lines up on the start line with the 11 and 12-year-old boys. Knowing that he was pretty fit, ready for action, I was really curious to see how he would do with the 11 and 12-year-olds, because that's who he's going to be racing this year in NCCx. So Jared, the official, said go with the whistle blow, and you can see Nino's determination on the face, and he was ready for some action on his new cross bike into lap 1, and he was off with the race. Jasper Brandon from Hillsborough, North Carolina, little guy, I've raced Nino multiple times last year in NCCx, had a wonderful start, and he was turbo rocket out of the gate, crossed over the whole shot, and Nino followed him for a little while before making the pass in the first few turns. But great start, Jasper. Look forward to seeing you the rest of the year. And as you can see, Nino here is going through and looking smooth as ever. You can tell all the practice has been paying off. Climbing was good. Mounting and dismounting was good. And really the only thing that was a constant struggle, and I sadly am going to say it's probably going to be that way all year long, is the little guy trying to get over the big barriers. At only 53 inches tall, the barriers are a third of his height. And it's a challenge for him to pick up his little cross bike up and over the barriers. But it definitely doesn't set him back at all. And I think it just makes him try even harder. But you can see here he had a pretty comfortable lead in lap 1. I just shorten up this race. We show you lap 1 because Nino was fortunate enough to get a pretty substantial gap. And it grew lap after lap. And so instead of just repeating the lap of him riding by himself, we put a couple highlights in there of the sand trap that Frank Dill and his crazy mind came up with about 14,000 dump truck loads of sand. And the dew on the ground made it for a few slick turns, but all things considered, it was a pretty normal GoCross course minus the sand, which was crazy this year. But the video of Nino running through that I thought was pretty epic, as you can see through here. But it was awesome to see all the people out so early in the morning, and about every turn you could hear somebody shouting for Nino. The little guy at 8 years old has definitely got a name in cycling, and it's awesome to see people cheering for him and rooting him on. And he thrives on that, as you can see. Every hill he's standing up and hammering, and he did this for 30, we're right at 30 straight minutes.
Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Push as hard as you can. Come on. Don't let the soccer ball.
So you can see the sand, and it's literally 10, 12 inches deep, and fresh sand. It's absolutely no packed in area whatsoever. We had a strategy in the practice session the night before, is what we call skateboard into it. That's where he rides on one foot with as much speed as far as he could in the sand. As soon as the bike lost momentum, hop off really quick and start pushing. And that strategy paid off. This direction on this particular day, the sand was a slight grade uphill, and at his age and his power, it's just nearly impossible to ride any distance at all. And then everything's got to be perfect to dismount and not fall over, and it just wasn't worth the risk. And so the little guy, I thought, did amazing. And kind of funny listening to him tell John Hamlin, a former pro and one heck of a rider now in his age, that he was actually faster than many of the pros. And I'm not going to lie when I say he's probably not exaggerating much, because the way he worked it with dismounting and running as fast as he could and remounting, if some of the pros messed up slight bit, Nino actually was probably just as fast. And so it sounded like he was kind of bragging, but his little strategy was paying off, and he was proud to tell John Hamlin in the pre-ride on day 2 what he was doing on day 1. But you can see Nino off here, and this first lap, he took a pretty substantial lead, and it grew. And then by about the last lap, he started back down just a little bit, playing it safe and making sure that he was able to bring it home. This particular day, he was registered in the 9 to 10, and unfortunately, that's I guess it was an easy victory for him, but it really didn't do anything for his ambition of winning the national championship with getting better rank points. So stay tuned, because our next video is going to be GoCross Day 2. I'm not going to say anything about it, but just know that we swapped him to the 11-12 category, and I want you to make sure you watch that video when it's released. This is going to be Day 1. It's a pretty short video, so please watch it all. If you're on the trainer this winter or whatever, it's a pretty cool video just to see if you're interested in coming to GoCross in the future, or you've been here before and you just like, having the memory of what it was like, and kind of reliving it if you didn't have video yourself. Here's you an opportunity. And as I always say, please like and subscribe to Nino's Adventures. It's zero money for you, but means everything to Nino. He loves seeing his numbers go up with the subscribers and the likes and the views on the video, and he absolutely loves to go out there with his camera and shoot the video of the races and come back and watch them and see what he did right and see what he did wrong, and leave him a comment. Wish him well. Tell him that you want to see him at the races we're coming up. We're going to do the entire NCCX series this year, and we are planning to be in Fayetteville, Arkansas, second week of December for the national championship, where the 8-year-old is going to try to take the title in the 10 and under. It's going to be an uphill battle this year, but trust me, they will at least know he's there, and he is getting ready for the future, when his chance to shine for the Stars and Stripes jersey in the years to come will be a real possibility. But this year is what we're going to call the building year, and if he wins it, then great. But right now, he's just trying to do the best he can. But I can promise you one thing: if you know anything about Nino O'Connell, when you race him, you're going to know you did. It does not matter how old you are, how big you are, how strong you are. This little guy will make you remember that he was on the course with you.
That bell means you got one to go, buddy. One lap to go for your leader. One to go.
So you could hear the announcer say, 1 lap to go. And surprising was the fact that Nino was in the lead of everybody, 11 to 12-year-old. Remember, he's 8, and he had a multiple minute gap on the 11 to 12-year-old field, which included a kid that went right like 10th, 11th, 12th place in the national championship last year. So Nino had a great race, to say the least, and I was quite shocked with his performance. Trust me when I tell you, he practices all the time, and it showed. Sometimes in practice, he'll make you want to pull your hair out because he doesn't seem to listen. But somehow, some way, when it's time to shine and it's on race day, he does exactly what you ask. I really guess I got to stop complaining, because somehow his little brain processes what we're talking about, and he does it when it matters most. But sadly, we missed the podiums on this particular day, because Nino is committed to everything he does, and he was committed to his little soccer team. So we literally crossed the finish line, said bye to his grandfather, and he rode his bike about a quarter mile to the vehicle, loaded up with sweaty jersey and all, and we drove 2 hours right outside of Mount Airy, North Carolina, for a soccer game where he missed about 3 minutes of the first quarter, hopped into the game, made 2 goals, and his little team won 7-0, and ended up being second place in the season series, ranked second for the final tournament coming up this coming week. So what a day. 8.5 years old, wins GoCross in all the juniors, the fastest junior overall, and then hops in the car, plays a soccer game, scores 2 goals, helps his team with a 7-0 victory, and then comes back. Can't even tell you how much he played on the We Will course at GoCross in the afternoon, cheered for the pros, went to sleep, and hit the repeat button for Day 2. But make sure you tune in to Nino's Adventure, because the next video will be GoCross Day 2. Thanks for watching Nino's Adventure, GoCross Day 1. Stay tuned in the next few days for GoCross Day 2. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. And we look forward to see you in the future. And until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you on the trails.